have gone ahead and typed all of the boards I knew I was going to need into Cut Optimizer. This is a free program that you can just Google and use. I think it's like up to 5 saved projects, and you can refresh it a couple times a day, which is more than enough for what I need at this point. You then press calculate, and it shows you how to optimize. You can optimize so that you reduce waste. I usually put in all the different types of boards that I have, which I had a lot of different widths and lengths for this. So it really helped me figure out which boards I should use for which pieces. Alright, so this is a two-part project. I'm making floating shelves as well as a floating desk for our dining room area. My son is about to start kindergarten, and our kitchen table is always full of drawings and little pieces of homework for 4K, and I know it's only going to get worse. So I decided I wanted to add this to our house. Now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm using my new Remarkable. I use it for work as well. This allows me to do my normal SketchUps of my woodworking, as well as just have one consolidated place for me to do this. The next step was for me to organize my boards and figure out which one was going to go with which pieces. I then organized based on the widths and the sizes that I was going to be needing for my project. Most of my sides do not have one flat side because we have a sawmill and I get our boards already made for us. So here I am using my joiner. This will give me one flat side that I can take to my table saw in order to cut it down to different widths. In case any of you guys are following my husband, you may have seen some of this blue tape in the background for quite a few months. I had marked off my plan for the floating desk and shelves. Due to the strange winter we had, it took me quite some time to actually get to the point where I was ready to put in the pegs and have the shelves done. But here I am getting ready to put the pegs in after the plan. I did both the shelves and the desk. At least one of the pegs per shelf has one of them tied into the stud. This way, in case there was something heavy on it, at least I do have something good to support it. And then the desk, every 16 inches, it is tied into a stud because that will have more weight attached to it. To save you guys the absolute boredom, I have gone through and cut everything based on my cut list. And then I will show you how to set this up. So this is a DeWalt table saw and is by far my absolute favorite thing that I ever got. It's got this amazing stand that pops up and it's super easy for me to wheel around even pregnant. So you flip this button up and you can see there's yellow and white. So I have it set on the earliest lock, which means I'm going to be going for the yellow. So I'm going to start, I have 3 different sizes. I have 1.875, 3.5, and 3.75. So it might not make a lot of sense, but I want to go with the 1.875 first because a lot of these have that dimension, and then my 3.75. So I'm going to go 1.875, 3.75, and then I'm going to do my 3.5s because I know I have more tamarack boards I have to cut, but I didn't have enough time to cut them all down, so I want to keep that as the last dimension. So as I cut more, I know that they're all getting the right width. So let's move this up to the 1.875. 1.875. There we go. And then you just lock that back into place, and then we will get started. Now, normally I would biscuit these pieces together, but because I know these are not structural shelves, I did decide only to glue. I did find success in this. I didn't have any problems with them pulling apart afterwards, so it was a good workaround to save me some time. Normally, when I glue a bunch of pieces together, I would be Craig jigging the sides. Again, because these are not going to be lifting or holding a lot of items and it's not a structural piece, I decided just glue and brad nails would be enough. I didn't have any problems afterwards. I did notice some of them pull apart as I was gluing together if the top and bottom piece were really close to the same size, but one was slightly larger. But just gluing it back together again and squishing it in and allowing the glue to dry was more than enough to fix that.
Are you going to work? Oh, such a busy man. Make sure to give mom and dad a piece of that paycheck then, huh? Bye. Bye. What? I'm sorry. Am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? Oh, okay.
All right, so I just finished one, and I'm gonna go make sure that my measurements are right before I spend extra time making it look all pretty. Looks great. Once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like, share, comment, or subscribe.